It was a dark, cold, stormy night. Nah, just kidding. It was just 3-year-old me, my mom, and my dad. We just immigrated to Canada. I actually don't even remember what the weather was like because, 3-year-old. So I grew up like a normal kid. Was super annoying. Just played games all day, watched TV all day, and studied like every brown kid. But there was one thing that I really liked to do as a kid, and that was art. I loved to draw, and I would give myself any excuse to draw, literally anything. If it was my mom's birthday, I would draw her something. If it was my dad's birthday, I would draw him something. Even if it was my birthday, I'm like, okay, a gift to myself. I'll draw something for myself. One day, my dad walks in with this like really wide chunky piece of plastic, and me as a kid, I'm like, okay, it's definitely a gift for me. But then I'm like, looking at that chunky piece of plastic, I'm like, I don't know, what is that? And then my dad just didn't say anything. He just opened it up, and I knew what it was right away. It was a laptop. A laptop. A laptop. I was jumping, I was screaming. My uncles had it, my friends had it, everybody had it. Now I had one too, and you bet I was on it all day, all night, and I just couldn't stop going on it. I played games, I watched videos, I did everything I could with it. So one day, every brown kid gotta study, gotta do your math. So one day my dad was teaching me math, and he's just like, hey, what do you like to do? And I just thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I definitely don't like math. Definitely don't like studying. I like art though, drawing. I like computers, I like working with it. So I told my dad, like, okay, I like art, I like computers, and why? And he's just like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's forget about the art, let's focus on the computer aspect. I'm like, okay, that's cool, I like computers, let's do that. And he's just like, what do you like to do with computers? And what do you want to do in the future? I'm like, I don't know, I like to make stuff with computers, because I was a creative person. I would just do anything I could. And he's just like, okay, that's great. And maybe computer engineering is a thing that you would like. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds so cool. I want to be like that. I want to be a computer engineer. So throughout my whole life, middle school, elementary school, high school, telling all the family members, all the teachers, everything, I want to be a computer engineer when I grow up. And that's all I did. And growing up, I had pretty high expectations for myself. Being the oldest in the family, I had to be a role model for my sister. My parents sacrificed a lot when coming to Canada, so I had to make sure I get a good job to be able to support them in the future, and also be able to support my family in the future. And then high school came. I came across this really nice program. It was like I can do art on the computer, and it's just like, whoa, this is great. And you know what it was? It was Photoshop. Yeah, I was on it all day, all night, watching tutorials on YouTube, just couldn't stop learning. It was the greatest time I've had in my life. And over time, it struck me. It's just like, whoa, I love doing this, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Computer engineering? I don't want to do that. This is what I want to do. I want to be a designer. I want to be a graphic designer. I want to make logos. I want to do graphics. And it was easy to convince myself, and now it was time to convince my dad. So I go to my dad, and I'm like, I know growing up, I had, like we said, I want to be a computer engineer and all that stuff, but I kind of want to do art, like Photoshop. I want to do digital art. It has computers and art. It's like a mix of both, what I like and you like. What my dad told me after that, I'll remember for the rest of my life. He's just like, what? Hold up, what? No computer engineering? Art? You want to go into art? Forget about it. It's useless and garbage. Forget it. I repeat, it's useless and garbage. Forget it. Time just froze. I was sweating. I was angry. I was sad. Goosebumps. Those words just kept repeating in my head. But there was also one thing in my head. One thing that happened to me when he said that. And it was kind of the motivation and drive that those words gave me. I was ready to show my dad that anything is possible. I was ready to show my dad that going into design will make me just as much or even more money than it would if I got into computer engineering. I don't have to be an engineer. I don't have to do any of that. I can do what I like. I can follow my passion and be the best. And that's what I've been doing for these past few years. I've been working on my designs. I freelanced to show him that I can do this. I freelanced to convince him for me to go to the University of Waterloo for my program. Everything that I've done from that point on was to impress my dad and to tell him that, hey, this is what I want to do. And I want to show him that I can do this. And I want him to say, I'm glad you chose design and come this far with it.